What's up, everyone? Crystal Grace here, and welcome to this pickacard reading, which is all about what is the current gossip on you. We've got 3 piles to choose from: pile 1, joy; pile 2, seasons; and pile 3, good juju. Take a moment to connect with one of the piles. If the reading begins to trigger you in any way, please opt off of the reading and trust I did not sit here to conjure negative energies or messages to ruin your day, evening, or night. So if that's so, let's get into it. Let's find out what the gossip is on you. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So if you chose the card Joy, this is your reading. Some of you could be mothers, you could be nursing at this point in time. You could be really stepping into your feminine energy as well, or maybe if you're a masculine, maybe you are really appreciating feminine energy, or maybe stepping into your own feminine energy. I don't know, I feel like we seem to attract more when we are operating from our feminine energy as opposed to our masculine. I don't know. If you agree, let me know. If you don't, it's all good. Let's find out what people are gossiping about when it comes to pile 1. A beauty pageant here. Alrighty, so a quick shout out on star placements or star signs, if you will. So we've got Scorpio, we've got Cancer energy, we've also got strong Sagittarius with the Temperance card. We've got, I think the 9 of Wands is also strong Sagittarius as well, and then your 3 of Wands is Aries. So we've got a lot of fire and water. You don't have to align with one of those star sign placements. Maybe it's the people gossiping about you align with those sign placements. So 7 of Cups. People could be gossiping about something that you've been currently daydreaming about. Like if you've recently told people you maybe want to enter a beauty pageant or enter some kind of contest, people are definitely talking about that. For some of you, they're talking about you actually having the the chances of actually winning, coming out on top of whatever this daydreaming or fantasy is. For others of you, people could be gossiping about it being wishful thinking, like it's not going to happen. It's just you living in a state of fantasy. Another sort of way I connect with this 7 of Cups is something to do with choices, right? The 7 of Cups is all about somebody having a lot of options. And I feel like for most of you, this could have something to do with suitors. Like there's a lot of pretty women on this on this card, right? So I kind of feel like for some of you, people are talking about you having a lot of options, or specifically gossiping about somebody that maybe is pursuing you but also has a lot of options with other suitors as well. People could be gossiping about your indecisive nature as well. Like some of you could be very cautious when it comes to moving towards goals, dreams, romantic partners. So people could be gossiping about you not being a person that rushes. I do see the Knight of Pentacles in my third eye. Maybe if you are dealing with somebody, they're kind of gossiping about you not trying to take things too fast. I also feel like there is somebody feeling like a sense of regret, a window of missed opportunity with you, maybe not understanding your energy, and now they understand it. It was like you didn't want to move things too fast. Anything else? Yeah, I just kind of feel like there could be a bit of confusion and maybe chaos in some of your lives, and it could have to do with you having multiple partners or multiple options, but there is this energy about chaotic energy of not knowing which way to go. So you could be quite indecisive when it comes to suitors, I would have to say. The Three of Cups would indicate there's gossip surrounding maybe your friends, maybe friends that you have that have turned into lovers, or maybe people are talking about somebody you are hanging out with. People could be gossiping about whether or not you're friends, or you are actually more than friends, or it's the other way around. You went from lovers to friends. You could be going out and socializing a lot here. The imagery on this card definitely looks like a threesome is definitely going to happen. Like when I look at that imagery, I think one thing's going to lead to another. Next minute, you know, clothes are going to be off. Everyone's going to be naked. And so if you recently had a threesome, I would say people could be gossiping about that. They could easily just be gossiping about a time that they were out celebrating with you at some kind of social event. Something may have happened. Something may have unfolded there. Maybe you got offered to, you know, be a unicorn in a marriage. So if you're not sure what that means, it just basically means a unicorn is inviting a third person into the relationship to whatever. It could be a long-term thing or just a one-night thing. But some of you or one of you watching this pile definitely had some kind of rendezvous there. If you participated, they could be talking about that. That could just be the couple, or maybe they're gossiping about the rejection. For others of you, you know, you could be in an energy where the idea of celebrating and socializing is like quite grotesque for some of you. So you could be isolating yourself at this time. People could be talking about that. Someone I feel is very worried about some of you, worrying that you may be falling into a state of loneliness here. If you've been having a lot of short-term relationships, I feel like people could be talking about that as well. Just be mindful. If you're like drinking is impacting your work, people could be talking about how your social life or your drinking habits or substance abuse habits could be sabotaging you at work. So just be mindful of that if that pans out. There could be, if you're in a connection and it feels like something's off, I just want you to know this Three of Cups could also be suggesting there's gossip surrounding a third party trying to sabotage a relationship with you, whether it's a friendship or whether it's a romantic connection. Just be mindful. For some of you, it's a friendship and it's your friend's partner could be trying to like drive a wedge between you and them. Now, the Temperance card is one that talks about obviously balance and peace, somebody having a sense of inner calmness as well. So people could be gossiping about how you have this or how like you don't have this, as this like self-indulgent behavior has led you to some kind of imbalance. You could be in an energy of quite reckless behavior as well, is what I'm hearing. So some people could be talking about that. Others of you, I would just say it's kind of coming back to that Knight of Pentacles energy that I was picking up. And I feel like there's gossip surrounding you in what you seek when it comes to a relationship. You're only a person who wants a grounded relationship, a harmonious one. You don't want that one that's chaotic and like you don't know where you stand. And that's why I think you think before you act, right, with that Seven of Cups message. So I feel like there is a bit of a theme here in regards to the gossiping. Maybe somebody's gossiping about what kind of relationship you are looking for or how you are in a relationship or what your expectations are of a relationship or when you're in one. Because the Temperance card is it's a soulmate card. It's one that talks about harmonious relationships. So people could be talking about you either having only harmonious relationships or maybe you don't have harmonious relationships. They always end up in turmoil. And I see the Tower card now in my third eye. So that suggests to me people are talking about maybe toxic relationships you've been in, and maybe that's why you act the way you act now. So if you are dealing with anyone romantically, maybe they're gossiping about you to a friend, like trying to understand you without actually having the conversation with you. A bit silly, but that's what people do. Nine of Wands, right? So this could be suggesting this guard up, right? If you're very slow moving when it comes to love or even making friends as well, this Nine of Wands would be reiterating that energy. They'd be talking about you're a person that could be hard to get close to. You know, you are very much on your guard. You don't sort of let anyone through the gate. Like she's blocking the gate there is how I feel. You are a very sensual, sexual, spiritual being is what I feel. And I'm more being drawn to the illustration on that Temperance card. Like you're very attractive and people are very like drawn to your energy. And so just be mindful of that. We can attract people because of our energy, not because they have the intention of long-term commitment with us. But the Nine of Wands, they could be talking about those challenges that you've faced in love, maybe that you are currently overcoming them and that's why you don't want to rush into a relationship. For others of you, people could be just talking about how resilient you are. You've overcome a lot of challenges. You've overcome a lot of hurdles, especially with that Tower energy popping through. Like that tells me you've, you know, experienced upheavals, unexpected events have unfolded for you, but you've always picked yourself up and moved on with life is what I'm hearing. That Three of Wands, you know, someone could be gossiping about taking action towards you, wanting to take the next steps of a relationship with you forward. I feel for a lot of you, you'd be quite surprised to learn that because this person probably maybe pulled their energy back, maybe even said that they didn't want anything serious. I do feel like the Three of Wands is suggesting that people are talking about how you're very focused on forward movement. Like you look to the future. You're not a person who looks behind you. There's nothing there but misery is what I'm hearing. You know, you're all about growth as well. Like if you're not growing, then you tend to move yourself out of environments that keep you stale. And now I see the Hangman in my third eye. So that tells me that if things keep you stuck, you likely remove yourself from the situation, from the environment is what somebody's talking about. If you are at a distance from anyone, people are definitely talking about traveling towards you. You've actually got friends possibly traveling towards you. People are gossiping about that. If there's any kind of new romantic connections happening, people are talking about that. I think people are very invested about your love life, maybe in the workplace here. If you've had any recent new beginnings at work or any big opportunities that have come your way, people are talking about that. If you're planning any trips, I would definitely say people are talking about that. Maybe you surf here. Maybe you love the ocean. You know, we do have 3 people surfing on a board here. Like it's interesting to have the 2 threes coming out as well. So maybe you've got like, I was going to say, maybe you've just got a lot of people who who are interested in you, or like a handful of people. Because Cups and Wands, like it's about it's relationships and action, you know. It's about taking action towards relationships. So yeah, I do think people are kind of nosy around you at this time. But yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know if that resonated. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. So the song 4 Seasons in One Day is coming through here. So I don't know if you guys love that song. I can't remember the band, so don't hate me. If you do remember the band who sings that, just drop it in the comments for us. Some of you may have a message in that song, okay? We definitely have a very interesting, you know, character on the imagery here. She definitely gives me sort of like Queen of Pentacles vibes, but like high value individual here. so much. Like it's gives me the energy of like, do not step to me unless you're like stepping, I don't know, stepping correctly or something. I also hear like, yeah, it could be kind of hard to impress you at this time. Like, you know, maybe you've had the last straw. Let's see. What's the current gossip on pile 2? The card really wanted to come out. It's weird. Well, there's that Empress energy. The Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Swords. That's that energy of like not stepping towards you. You guys could be needing to do a bit of healing if you're already on a path of healing is what I feel. Maybe you need to be working on your chakras. Some of them could be overactive and others could be underactive is what I'm hearing. So some of you guys could be Capricorns. We have Taurus and Libra energy. We've also got Gemini. Your Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarius energy, and then your Queen of Swords is a mixture of Virgo and Libra. So strong Libra. Alrighty. If those sign placements don't resonate for you guys, it could possibly just be the people gossiping about you. Now, jumping into these cards, 2 of Pentacles, right? Could be into reggae, salsa dancing here. This is a very nice, placid energy, this 2 of Pentacles. People could definitely be talking about how you are trying to maintain balance in your life at this time. And maybe if your fixation is on healing or you've recently told people you're embarking on a healing journey, people could be simply talking about that. You're actually now taking a strong focus towards bringing inner peace or bringing more balance. People could be talking about you being more adaptable now. Maybe there was a moment in life you weren't very flexible with people, maybe not flexible with their opinions and their ideologies. And someone could be talking about how you seem to have shifted your mindset. You're more open to people's opinions and feedback. Maybe you can handle constructive feedback a bit better than what you used to. And that would obviously come from healing, right? When we're in a state of mind where we can't receive feedback or constructive criticism, I would suggest or assume it's got something to do with us needing to work on something internally. But yeah, I think for most of you, this 2 of Pentacles is talking, there seems to be gossip about maybe you taking on more responsibilities at work. It could be just as simple as you signing up for overtime and stuff, and somebody's quite taken back by that. Maybe you're not a person who likes to do overtime. So yeah, they could be talking about maybe if you are trying to obtain more work, that maybe your finances are a bit tight. But I kind of feel like it's temporary, or at least that's what they're talking about. It's temporary finances that may have you like maybe doing more work or something like that. And that could be because you've stretched your resources or stretched your finances, something like that. Yeah, I think that's pretty happy with that. The Empress is a beautiful card to get, right, in regards to gossiping. I definitely feel like people are talking about your strong feminine energy here. I also feel like people are talking about how you love and nurture. Maybe it's your children, maybe it's your friendships, maybe it's your lovers or your pets. You are very beautiful. You're very sensual and very sexually attractive, and someone is definitely talking about that. I feel like someone is talking about a kind of love that you are desiring here. And with the Wheel of the Year or the Wheel of Fortune coming out, I feel like if you talk about soulmates, somebody is talking about that. Like the love that you're looking for is so pure and so nurturing. It may be hard for you to find. Some people could be feeling like, could be talking about your expectations for a romantic connection could be too high, and kind of coming back to that initial energy about people stepping towards you very correctly. Like if they don't step towards you correctly, you're out. Like you're a one-hit wonder. Like you give people one chance, and if they like fuck up, it's like you're done, is what I'm hearing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's simply because you know your worth, and maybe you've already gone through the ringer that many times like you've done. But yeah, if you are in a stable, committed relationship, the Empress card would indicate that. I feel like there could be a lot of abundance coming towards you or around you. It may not be leading you to like a lot of material gain, but it could be creatively is what I'm hearing. Somebody could be talking about how you have a lot of creative ideas, but that's not bringing in the big bucks. Okay, so that could be tying back into that financial energy of the Two of Pentacles. But you are very creative here. People are definitely gossiping about a creative outlet that you have and how good you are at it. Like there could be room for improvement here. If you're making art, people are talking about that. And I'm actually seeing people sharing your content. So whether or not it's a screenshot and sending it to somebody else, this is what pile 2 does. Oh, and I'm feeling positive feedback. Wow, that's cool that they do that. And I feel like this is not something you openly talk about. And I think when people discover this creative outlet that you have, pile 2, they're very taken back. But they're also enamored, or is enamored? It's right. In awe. Let's go with that. I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit hungover. I don't normally do these readings when I'm hungover. I had a big day with the girls yesterday. But I'm like sitting at home and I've got nothing else to do. So I thought I will do a reading. Little Luna's sitting here listening. So yeah, I just kind of think you're being spoken about at the moment. You're not somebody who lacks self-worth or self-love. Like you're somebody who's probably done a lot of healing to help that journey. If that doesn't resonate and that's something you're working on, then I would say people are just talking about that. Like you're working on, the more you work on self-love and self-worth, the more creative you're becoming, and you're getting much better at something. Maybe it's just the fact that you're getting much better at picking the better suitors at life in general. And there just seems to be this heavy focus of loving and nurturing yourself. Some of you have reconnected with your mum and people are talking about that, or they're talking about the strong relationship that you have with your mum. So I think that's nice. If you are a mother, they're definitely talking about you in high regards here. Now, the 9 of Swords, this could indicate like whether or not you've had past situations that, you know, may have brought you to your knees, put you in a state of despair, made you suffer from like anxiety and stuff. People could be gossiping about that, or this could be something that you're dealing with at this time, right? Postpartum depression is coming through, and if that does correlate with you, you know, do your best to focus on nurturing yourself and healing, because I don't think people who do have children, like I don't have children, but I have hormones. And yeah, I could have had children, obviously, but obviously that's not my path for this life. And I just don't think there's enough you know, information or conversations happening about the hormonal imbalances that come into play after women have children. And yeah, I think some of you, I'm connecting with that energy and I can feel it. And I'm sorry that you could be in that state of mind, or you are, because I feel it. So just lay low, nurture yourself, you know, lean on family and friends. Because this time will pass. Like You won't sit in a state of depression forever, especially if you are focused on doing kind things to you and focusing on loving yourself and nurturing yourself the best way you can. You will come out the other side. You just like patience. I feel like for others of you, if that message was not resonating, which I don't think it will for most of you, people could be gossiping about either a past relationship that led you to distrusting people, or you are currently in a connection where you're very suspicious of your partner. Some of you, there could be gossip about you are just genuinely a very suspicious person, like you don't trust easily. The idea of just handing your trust over to people is not on. There's like a conversation happening, like you have to earn pole two's trust. They don't just go, bam, here's the trust. It takes a while to get to know you. I think with this Nine of Swords, you're not a person that's easy to understand. You could be a person who is open about having mental health issues, especially if you've overcome these past traumatic events. People could be talking about how like you are a breath of fresh air. You're a person who's very real. You're a person that has gone through a lot of struggles, but you're giving somebody a lot of hope, pile two, because you've always come out on the other side. And I think it's important to share our journey with people that you know that could benefit from it. You sharing your story with somebody could potentially save their life. So definitely never think that your story isn't important, is what I'm hearing. And maybe that's what people are just gossiping about, that you do share your stories and it has helped them push through to the other side, especially those who are in darker times. Yeah, I think that's it with the Nine of Swords. Now, the Wheel of Fortune. I just want to have a little better look at the imagery here. So we do have your sign placements mainly. People, like, you could be heavily into astrology maybe, and people are talking about that based off that. You are a good luck charm. I'm hearing every time I'm with pile two, lucky things happen to me. It could be just like with gambling or something like that. Or like you go into the shops, I always find a parking spot very easily at the shops when pile two is with me. But when I go to the shops on my own, I can never find a parking spot. It takes me like, 10 minutes, something along the lines of that. You are people's lucky, good luck charms, or a lucky charm is what I'm hearing. People could be gossiping about some kind of fortune that you've recently come into, and it's like fortune that's come unexpectedly. Like, you receive extra things that you didn't pay for, and it sort of like ends up as a gift when it shouldn't, something like that. People could be gossiping about how they feel about you, very like is my soulmate card here. Others of you, they again kind of on the back end of that Nine of Swords energy, people could be talking about the bad luck that you've experienced, a lot of upheaval or disorder in your life, but you know how to like bounce back is what I'm hearing. You've had a lot of setbacks is what I feel, but you don't cling on to the past is what somebody's saying. Like you've learnt to move forward and let things go. Maybe in the past that you did hold on to things a lot longer than what you anticipated or wanted to. And there just seems to be more this sense of freedom, kind of coming back to that Two of Pentacles. There is a more calm energy about you. There's more balance. Maybe previously you had a lot of chaotic energy, and now you seem to be a bit more grounded. You might not think so, but people around you are seeing a shift in you, a very positive one here with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like you might have somebody a bit smitten on you, feeling like this is a fated like connection or fated meeting of two minds. Somebody is very like intrigued with your intellect is what I'm hearing, and it's a nice little segue to move to the Queen of Swords to close out your reading, because the Queen of Swords is a person who's highly intelligent and has a very unique sense of intelligence. So you're a person who knows a lot about different things, and people are talking about that. Like, you can talk about many different things with pile 2 is what I'm hearing. You know, they're very honest. They're very independent thinker. You think for yourself. You don't think what everyone else is thinking. You're kind of like the black sheep of everyone, is what I'm hearing somebody say. You have a very unique perspective on many views or topics, especially social injustices is what I'm hearing. Like, everything's objective or subjective, right? I think someone's talking about how you don't just paint a situation in black and white. You understand situations can be very grey. And I feel like with this Queen of Swords, like, you have a very fair, like, way of understanding maybe people's behavior. But I still feel like, I get it now, somebody's gossiping about how, like, you will forgive but you don't forget. So, like, say if a partner did something wrong to you, and, you know, you will still respect them and say hello to them. You might even still send them happy birthday, but you would never allow them back in your bed, is what somebody's talking about. And this could be an ex talking about it. You could be spoken about at this time having sort of intimidating exterior. You know, pile 2 is kind of intimidating, yeah, but once you get to know them, they're very loving and loyal, you know. They've just sort of got this resting bitch face kind of energy, which the Queen of Swords very much does have. I think you're super independent, and I don't think you like to ask for help, is what somebody's saying. Some people could be talking about you being somewhat cruel, right? Or maybe experiencing a very cruel and bitter, like, person, like relationship person, is what I'm hearing. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 3, we've got good juju. Could be burning a lot of sage and candles at this time. You could be doing a lot of spell work, bringing in good juju and ridding of bad juju. Let's see, what are people saying about you, pile 3? I'm hearing Ocean Alley's remake of Baby Come Back. If you go on to Triple J's website and type in Ocean Alley's Baby Come Back, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the song. There could be a message there for you. It's funny, pile 1 didn't get a song, but pile 2 had one come through, and you guys. So I kind of feel like some of you could have recently had some kind of ending, some kind of breakup. Could be with friends, could be with lovers, but something's come to an end kind of abruptly. Maybe you ended it, or maybe you're just a person who's had a lot of, like, hectic endings. A lot of people kind of shit on you, is what I'm hearing in the past, like past energy. So just a couple of sign placements. We've got strong Virgo. We've got some Libra. No, Five of Swords is not Libra. It must be Aquarius. The aces just represent Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, or the Ace of Pentacles, I should say. Maybe we'll go with strong Capricorn because of the universe card, which is the world. And I think your Knight of Cups is Libra, actually, and Scorpio. So Libra definitely, because that energy is Libra, I'm hearing. Fucking Libra. Now, if those sign placements do not resonate with you, they're obviously could be connected to the people gossiping about you. Now, Eight of Pentacles is a wonderful card when it comes to gossip, right? Well, I guess it really depends in what way you're looking at it. This guy's got a lot going on, what he's working on. He looks like he's building something, maybe out in the garden. Some of you could be building some kind of like outdoor thing. People could be gossiping about that. But they're definitely talking about a skill set that you have either mastered because you were very committed or dedicated, or it was a skill that just naturally comes to you very easily. You're very good at something and people are very like impressed with this. They could even be gossiping about how you don't tend to like put as much effort in as you could. And maybe if you were more dedicated and committed, you'd actually be a lot more successful at it. So you could be doing something just for the sake of doing it, like a hobby. But people could be gossiping about how it could be a lot more successful if you gave it more time and attention here. You've got a lot of projects happening is what I feel. And I feel like people are gossiping about like you have a lot going on. And if you may put your focus more on one project at a time, it could be more financially beneficial for you. If you've received any financial rewards recently, whether that's through like winning anything or maybe through work, people could be talking about that. You are the kind of person who puts in the effort. So I feel like when you don't put effort in, a lot of people have something to say about that. That could be at work. Like, you know, when you drop the ball at work, everyone probably gossips about it. Like pole 3 doesn't really care about their job when you're probably just overdoing everyone else's job, right? You could have recently rushed a job and somebody could be gossiping about the quality of the work that they receive from you, and it's not your normal level of like I guess effort somebody could be talking about. You could be a person that's all about work and you aren't a person focused on love at this time. If you are all about work and you are in a relationship, your partner could be gossiping about how they feel you're neglecting them and, you know, you're putting more focus on work as opposed to your love life or your relationship here. So take that as it resonates. Some of you could be reaching relationship goals or you're yet to reach them. So, yeah, people could be up in your business when it comes to your relationships. Well, most people will be, but I don't know. I wouldn't say my friends and family are up in. My mum's the only person who really wants to know what's going on, but even still, like it's not a fixation for them. They more talk about like my work stuff, like what goals am I achieving? They kind of, you know, gossip about that with their friends and stuff as opposed to my love life, probably because it's just sad and disappointing. But no, it's non-existent. I live in such a tiny town, and yeah, the 2 boyfriends I've had here, it didn't end well, and it's just put a really sour taste in country men for me. I'd like to find American. I think I get along much better with Americans than Australians, to be fair. So, yeah, I think with the 5 of Swords here, like on the basis of that, even maybe that, because that was probably not the best thing to say online, but people could be gossiping about like maybe tension or conflict that they've recently had with you, like kind of coming back to that initial energy. Like you could be a person who's had a lot of abrupt, fucked up endings with friends, lovers, family members in the past. And this Five of Swords could be that energy coming through, like people gossiping about the conflict and tension that they feel with you, that they still have, or the conflict and tension that they've had with you in the past. Any arguments that you've recently had, people are gossiping about that, or some kind of dispute. If anyone's put you in a stressful mindset, they could be gossiping about that. If anyone's been bullying you or being very hostile, they could be talking about that in a very positive light, which is not a positive light, right? When people behave like that, that's fucked. For others of you, maybe you were bullying somebody, maybe you were being kind of hostile to somebody, and that's the energy here we see. There's little Luna. She's so cute. She's such a little baby. Hello. So yeah, Five of Swords could also indicate that if you've recently reconciled with somebody, they could be talking about that. But what I'm hearing is like you haven't like initiated more contact. For some of you, you've reconciled with people, but you just didn't, you left it there. You didn't go running after them. You didn't try and put more effort into like rebuilding or repairing the connection. It's like a stalemate. I do see the Hangman in my third eye. People could be gossiping about your level of forgiveness, right? So you'll forgive, but like you're not going to like try and repair the connection. So people could be talking about how a reconciliation has taken place with you. You've talked about forgiveness, but they still feel tension with you. They don't feel like you're completely over whatever it is that they've done to you. They could still be feeling like you're holding resentment regarding what they did. And, by all means, Pile 3, if somebody's gone about bullying you, creating a hostile environment around you, well, why the fuck? Yeah, you'll forgive and move on, just especially if this is a work-related thing, just to like carry on with the day. But you doesn't mean like you roll out the red carpet for them. But Five of Swords is a card that will talk about bitching, right? A lot of bitching behind one's back. So there could be some like bullshit conversations happening about you. Others of you, if you've been involved in any infidelity situations or deceptive relationships, conflicts, which I don't know, I kind of feel like people are up in your business about shitty experiences that people have put you in, or maybe shitty experiences you've put people in. So take that as it resonates. So, there's some energy of sabotage here that people are talking about. Like, I don't know if it's they're talking about the sabotage, like they tried to sabotage you or you tried to sabotage them. Maybe you both tried to sabotage each other. I feel really petty energy, like even like siblings. Well, Pile 3 did this, so then I did that, and then they did this, and then I did that. That's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. So it seems pretty petty. Your Ace of Pentacles could be suggesting any prosperity or new opportunities you've recently come into. People could be talking about that. Maybe somebody wants to bring you an offer. It could be romantic because we do have the Knight of Cups, and with the universe there kind of tells me it could be somebody that you've already gone through a cycle with, right? Either way, the Ace of Pentacles, there could be gossip about any promotions that you've recently had or a new job. Some of you have landed a new job and people are just talking about that. You could be really good at investing in new endeavors and them bringing forth a lot of abundance to you. There's something about manifesting. You've been trying to manifest maybe prosperity or abundance, and you finally have accessed resources to acquire this abundance. So it could be a job. It could be some kind of like small amount of money is what I'm hearing, and people are gossiping about that. I don't know. I think maybe you have made bad investments in the past, and recently you've made a good investment, and now you're seeing like the reward for it is what I'm hearing. Mm. I don't know. I think somebody could be talking about a missed opportunity with you. Maybe the opportunity was missed because they were feeling very like unstable or insecure about what they could offer you financially or like materialistically, is what I'm hearing. I feel like somebody's sitting in a sense of self doubt, like I fucked it up. And that could be that Five of Swords people as well, being petty with you. The World card is. Um, she looks like she's got everything, you know. She looks really successful, and the Ace of Pentacles is like a card that talks about somebody taking action towards something that leads success. So with the World card coming straight out, I definitely feel like you've achieved a lot, you've accomplished a lot for somebody your age. You are very successful. You've definitely reached career goals, and people are talking about that. You're a very accomplished traveler for some of you. Someone's talking about how much travel you've done. You could be really good at organizing travel trips or holidays, like creating itineraries is what somebody's saying. I definitely feel like somebody's talking about you opening your own business. If you have been sharing that, just be mindful when you tell people about things you want to do. They can also start manifesting those things not coming into fruition for you. So always be selective with who you share like your ideas with, because some people are cunts and they'll just try and rain on your parade, right? There's plenty of them out there. You already know this. You know this, I feel. I definitely feel, because the Knight of Cups, you have a lot of admirers, right? You have a lot of romantic interest, people who see you in the light of marriage material. Somebody is definitely gossiping about how you're the one for them, okay? That they want to be able to move towards you and move the connection from like courting you to going exclusive with you to like engagement with you to marriage with you to starting a family with you. Somebody is very invested in wanting to pursue you, but I feel like there's a sense of inferior with you, like they're too scared to approach you. They don't think they're good enough for you. I think you have a lot to offer. I think you bring a lot to the table, and I think maybe people could be talking about that when your relationship comes up. Like it's hard for pile 3 to find somebody because, you know, they're very unique. They have they're very independent, but I feel like you're very financially independent. Like you've got money in the bank, or you have some kind of safety net that probably intimidates people. It could be just family wealth. But yeah, I think people do love the feeling they get when they're around you. I think people feel very whole and at home in your energy. I think you have a nice home, or at least somebody's talking about that. Somebody is definitely gossiping about how proud they are of your accomplishments. So this could be your parents, right? I think I started talking about my parents in this pile. If I didn't, sorry. But yeah, I definitely feel like you've had a lot of like, you may have went through a period where your life was very stagnant. You were lacking a lot of success. Like, you know, maybe you were feeling very incomplete. Like there was a sense of emptiness, but things have changed for you. Like instead of laying down, letting life just like run over you, I feel like people are talking about how you grabbed like, you know, the bull by the horns and went, fuck this. And now you're very successful. Wherever you were like 10 years ago is not where you are now. Somebody's very proud of you. You know, I think your parents are very proud of you, and they may not tell you this, or maybe they're on the other side and you don't have that contact with them. But I just want you guys to know that they're super proud of you every day. I'm getting kind of emotional, so that's really strong energy there. So keep doing what you're doing. You're winning, you know. You might not feel like you're winning, but you are. Yeah, this Nine of Cups. People are definitely gossiping about how charming and unique you are. I think you're kind of quirky, and I think you have this very joyous energy. You could be a little bit obnoxious sometimes, but I feel like people like to flirt with you, or if you are flirting with anyone at this time, this person is gossiping about how attracted they are. You've definitely caught somebody's attention. And the Knight of Cups is a very like warm and fuzzy feeling is what I'm picking up. I think you're quite romantic, or somebody wants to come towards you in a very romantic energy. And I think we kind of picked that up with the Universe card or the World. People are gossiping about how you resolve issues very, very gracefully, but in a very mature energy. And kind of coming back again to that Five of Swords. Sorry, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but you forgive people, but you don't forget. And that's a mature way to be. Like, people can't like come for you for being like that. Just because I forgive you doesn't mean I let you back in my bed. Just because I forgive you doesn't mean I let you sit at my table. It's just I'm not a dick. Like, and that's the sort of energy. And I feel like somebody's kicking rocks at the moment. Like, kind of like, I fucked up. I had a chance with pile 3 and then I fucked it up. And I can feel energetically like they won't take me back. So somebody is feeling very like down in the dumps, I would say. Not feeling great. And they're very stuck on you. I also feel with the Knight of Cups, you know, somebody could also be saying like, you don't like conflict, right? You definitely can't handle people constantly changing their minds or their feelings about you. Do you like me? Don't you like me? I feel like somebody is talking about how they had confused feelings, and then that was the missed window of opportunity. They had a window of opportunity, but their feelings kept changing. They communicated that with you, and then you were like, okay, bye. Like, you're probably still friends with this person, but you've moved on. And I just see them kicking rocks and kicking themselves like, I fucked this up. But yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I feel like you have a lot of suitors in the past that reminisce about what they could have had with you. Like, they could have had the whole world with you and they fucked it up, is what I feel. You probably have a lot of friends in the past that did you wrong as well, who also sit in that energy as well. So many blessings to you guys. Let me know if that resonated. I'll see you next time. Bye.